Chris Ronan.
Chris Ronan.
Okay.
Yes, the beast of geocaching.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he's.
I actually, when I toured Groundspeak, we went out for a little bit. I mean, just around headquarters there. And
so at headquarters, he's kind of the god of geocaching. You know, out of there's really only a handful of lackeys that truly, you know, cache.
Yeah. So you said, you worked for Magellan?
Yeah, so
okay, Magellan.
I worked for National Geographic Maps for almost 10 years. And then from there, I went and worked for Lawrence. And they laid me off. And a week later, I'm working for Magellan as their market development manager, product. And they were really grabbing a huge percentage of the geocaching market. And what I explained to them was, you're never going to take Garmin on, they've got tons of money behind them.
Yeah.
If they want to crush you, they could just lower prices and, put you out of business.
Well,
so we focused on...
That doesn't work with everything. It didn't work with open caching.
No, it did not. it did not.
So then you just said, well, maybe try out Groundspeak.
Yeah. Well, we were living in the Bay Area, or living in the Seattle area.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay. You're up there already then.
Yeah, I was living in Salt Lake, and then in 2013, my wife, who's been an REI manager for many years, got an opportunity to open a store up in the Silverdale area, so west side of the Puget Sound. I'm like, I was working for REI. I'd worked for REI for many years, on and off, between jobs.
Well, you guys are geared toward the outdoors then, aren't you?
Yes. That's how I got my name, gearguru. I worked for REI for many years, and it's like, I knew everything about stoves and tents and backpacks and all, from selling the gear. And then you own a ton of it. That's the problem with working for one of those companies is, I've got more tents than one person needs, more sleeping bags than one person needs.
Yeah.
Then I applied for it was either CVS or CE position. I forget which one it was. And they really wanted people that were multilingual, and I'm a good old American. I speak English, and I heard, you hear the community talk about, this new girl that's going to be a reviewer.
Yeah, it's funny. In fact, I went to the Obey. There was an Obey in Las Vegas right after I started reviewing. I mean, just like months after I started reviewing. And Jeremy Irish was there, and this was when he was still kind of the big poobah.
Yep.
And so he comes up and introduces himself, and he was just like, "So why did you pick that name?" And he goes, "Are you a big online gamer?" And I'm like, "No, not really. I just kind of wanted to be a closeted reviewer, and I thought this would be a good way to throw people off the scent."
Yep.
And he's like, he goes, I do a lot of online gaming, and he goes, I always pick a female name because people are a lot nicer to me. He goes, I thought maybe you did it because you thought people would be nicer to you. That's a pretty area. Look at this. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Well, 60 feet.
I think when you've got that anonymity as a reviewer, I think people want to badmouth you for doing stuff because they don't know who you are or why you're why you're doing things. At least when you're not closeted.
When you're faced, they can be more so. Yeah, but people have been very, very nice in all respects. Even closeted, people were pretty nice.
I think by and large, reviewers get a bad rap in most cases.
Yeah. That's a fun little road out here.
I would not want to be bringing my minivan out here.
No. You would have done pretty good on that little crawl.
Yeah.
In your minivan.
No, not. I took it out yesterday to get a multi out towards Black Rock Road. And I'm like, yeah, this road's not that bad.
And there is just a lot of country.
Oh yeah.
Connects down to the gorge down there. Boy, that's a great vista.
Like that cable's gonna stop somebody.
Yeah. Exactly. Got it? All right. Well, I'll figure out how to get down. I have this really bad habit of always imagining the cache being the worst place possible.
Well, Rock Chalk found this back in 2018.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
He's one of the few guys that completed.
That's actually logged it and completed it.
Yeah, well, he's one of the few guys also completed the Utah Geo Tour. You know, came out and did that in a couple of weekends worth of travel.
Wow.
You know.
So is Gearguru has always been your player name?
Yeah. Yep.
And they don't make you get a Lackey name like you do with a reviewer?
Nope.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, they want you to be known as who you're known as.
Yeah.
Incredible country, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
They put this on, won't help if we go over the edge. But
Yeah.
at least it'll keep me in the car.
That's right. I'll be able to recover a beautiful corpse.
Right. You know, having come from the community, I have a great passion, you know, for the community, and I sometimes think we lose sight as to who creates the game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We need the volunteer reviewers. We need what you guys do, but without the millions of people out there that play this game, that hide the caches, I don't have a job.
Yeah.
You went from the H2 to the, or H3 to the.
Yeah, H2. I had an H2 and then I got rid of it, and then I had a buddy that has a car dealership in town, and somebody traded that in and said, hey, I have something you might be interested in. So I went down, and he was a geocacher too.
Okay.
Did a little test drive in it and said, yeah, sure. There's, you just get in some very, very remote locations that you just don't want to have to deal with too much trouble.
It's not like you're going to call AAA and say, hey, AAA, can you, here are my GPS coordinates. Can you come out and tow me out of here? Well, Mike, you know, you're out with Mike, he'll talk about some of the people he's gone out and, you know, helped out, pulled out.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
He's pulled me out.
That's what he said.
So you get a young family.
Yeah, I've got twin 5-year-olds.
Oh, really? Okay. Are they identical?
Sorry?
Identical?
No, they're fraternal.
Okay. I have boy-girl twins.
Oh, do you? Okay. How
They're
old?
23.
Okay. So you do survive then?
Yeah, barely.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, minivan would not have made that.
No.
I cached with two guys in Seattle. You know, it's kind of funny. The one guy I met because I had solved a puzzle cache and had found the cache. He had reached out. You know, where was it? I couldn't find it, so I told him where it was and helped him find it. We started caching together where we'd like meet up and we'd drive in separate cars. And it's like that kind of. I'm not going to ride with this guy. I don't know who he is. He could be an axe murderer. You know. Enjoy it.
When I was up there, when I was in Groundspeak, and I was talking to Chris and Frau Potter, and they were just like, and I was staying in Gig Harbor, and they're like, oh, you need to drive up a little bit north of Gig Harbor, and you need to look for Goblin Dust caches.
Yeah.
They were, and I spent
is a handicapped porta-john at a garden center about 60 miles, 70 miles south of Seattle. And you got to have a credit card, he says you need a credit card swipe to unlock the door. So he's got a magnetic swipe reader. And you just need a magnetic strip
So
on it. Anything, but he'll jokingly, like he's got an LED that after you swipe it, he's like, thank you for your credit card information.
That's what I was going to say. That's a good way to steal people's identities.
And he's joking about it, but you just a hotel card key with a magnetic swipe will open the door. And that's, to me, the beauty of this game is there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
You want numbers?
Get numbers.
There's a ton of power trails out here. You can just go find pill bottles under a pile of rocks.
Spend your whole life chasing numbers.
Yep.
And I don't mind numbers, I mean, if I have the right company, I don't think I'd ever go down the ET highway alone. Oh, I have. I don't want to do it again. This place, I'm gonna grab some gas, but this place has the best urinals on the planet.
Oh, really?
They're video games.
Oh, geez.
So one is like soccer, and one is like you're putting out fires in a building, and I've never seen anything like it. But there's sensors in the urinal, and you play this game while you take a whiz. So
that's funny.
It's pretty funny.
So what is it specifically that you do with these videos besides blackmail lackeys? I met Mike Traveling Trio for the first time back in, I think it was 2013. Yeah, you want to go jeeping? I'll be happy to take you out. I kind of looked at the guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to go jeeping.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, yeah, he does look a little scary, but he is like the nicest.
Oh, he is the nicest, sweetest guy.
Yeah.
I told my wife and my parents, I said, I'm going out with this guy Mike. And my mom's like, well, what's his last name? I don't know. He's Mike.
He's a geocacher. We don't know anybody's name. We know their geocaching name.
Name's Traveling Trio. I come back later that day, and my mom's like, it really kind of had me nervous there. I thought I should have taken a picture of his vehicle and a picture of him.
His license plates.
We gotta find you. You donated body parts out in the desert somewhere. These must have favorite planes that must be live.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I want to say, Mom, you raised me well. I've made it to 59 years.
Somehow, my survival instincts can't be that bad.
I'm a pretty good judge of character.
They'll just find just a road in the desert, and just that's it. That's where they're gonna be.
At least these guys have got a vehicle they can go. Obviously, you have other kids.
Yeah, so I got four kids. The twins are the oldest. Okay. And they were in vitro, and then the other two were. I refer to them as the freak show because we don't know what happened there.
Oh my God, it worked. I got it right here.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what it is about driving as close as you possibly can to a cache. Even 1 foot closer. Standard desert caches.
Yep. I've gotten pretty good at some of the, because I deal a lot with the worlds with geotours.
Sure.
you know, trying not to bastardize people's names. Like, put them out in the right spot.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it might be that part of the rocks.
Oh, yeah, that looks pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Two nice bushes on either side of it, but let's put it under.
Let's put it right in the right smack dab in the middle there.
Between.
I think a lot of people think that, you know, they see gearguru, they think of gears.
Yeah.
You know, like as in gearbox or
Yeah.
bike gears and that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, it's actually
Not gear in the sense of
gear
like
that, yeah.
the gear people wear to a football game. And,
Right.
Yeah.
But then you get some folks with those creative geocaching names like Bill Smith. Let me guess, your first name is Bill.
Yeah. How did you know? So you tell your wife that this is like a work day?
I did. But yeah, I'm like, well, this is kind of like work. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's reviewers, volunteer
Yeah.
for us.
There you go.
I should spend time with him.
There you go.
She's caught on to me. She knows
Yeah,
that when
yeah.
you know, like this trip, we're talking about coming here, and she wanted to fly into Vegas because it was significantly less expensive than flying into Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I've taken my rental vehicles a few places I probably shouldn't have.
That should be a question on the rental agreement. Are you a geocacher? That's one nice thing about being out here in the boonies is I just park right in the middle of the road.
Yep.
There you go. Nice use of a. We were just talking about that. There you go. You got the metal and the plastic combo. Keep it out of the sun. This is the perfect pandemic activity for me. I mean, of course, we're out here, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Even in Seattle, we got a ton of people out there playing this game for the first time. And,
yeah.
you know, newbies doing it. And, you know, you're right. It is the perfect socially distanced, pandemic safe. You know.
Were you able to avoid COVID this last year, or did you get it, or?
I've been tested a couple of times. We went to Hawaii, and we had to have mandatory tests to get into the state. Now, how about you? Anybody in your family?
Nobody in my family. I mean, I've never even been tested.
Okay.
My wife, you know, she wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and she runs down and gets tested. There's a little thing we may want to go check out too. There's a guy that carved a Mount Rushmore.
I heard about that. I heard people talking about it.
Into the sandstone. It's just right out here. Boy, that took somebody some time.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Interesting. That's pretty crazy.
Soft, but you know, take a couple of freeze thaws.
Yeah.
Washington will lose his head.
Washington's already got a crack in his head. They've all of them. It looks like they got a little bit of a crack. Yeah, it won't be there. It won't be there for long. Pile of asphalt rocks.
I enjoy the different ratings. A bunch of these caches are up here are like 2s, 2.5s.
Yeah.
You know.
Bring your refrigerator up here and throw it over the edge.
Is that what somebody did? Oh, a little bit of trash there, huh? There's a lot of junk down there.
Second base.
That is funny. That's pretty good. Well, somebody stole second.
Yeah, probably would have gotten closer by that road right there.
Yeah.
Oh well, live
on. What are you gonna do?
I could say no matter which way I chose, it would have been the wrong way. How many times have you gone out as a cacher and you hike out, you find the cache, and you look over, oh, there's a trail right there.
With my first GPS, it happened a lot.
Dad doesn't want more.
That's a well-stocked cache there.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing it doesn't get a lot of kid visitors.
Probably not.
Got a bunch of moose mouth pencils. Yeah, and that's rated a 2.2.
And there's one out there that's Paul Bunyan's sewing kit.
Yeah.
And it's one of those big wire spools that they use for power lines. And it's got rope wrapped around it. And then this person has actually created a giant needle out of a 2x4 and whittled down the one end to make it look like a needle point, and then put an eye at the end of it and shove the rope through the eye.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really creative. There's a whole bunch of them. There's one that's a giant spatula and a frying pan. I get a kick out of people's creativity and the thought process. What made this person want to drive all the way out here?
I know. Yeah.
To the very end of the road and stick a cache out there.
A lot of country. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of wide open space out here.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I really like about it.
You gotta love that unusual pile of rocks.
Yeah. Oh, this is quite a drop off here. Oh, that is it. Well, dang.
Yeah, that's... I'm close enough to the edge. When I was out with Mike, he was talking about his brother who rented one of those, and said they had just all kinds of issues with it. He had gotten one that had a belt drive.
Oh, yeah.
And he said the belt drive had a temperature sensor on it. Whenever it got too hot, it would shut down. So he said they were continually having to pull over and let it cool down. And I guess they called the guys they rented it from in St. George, and the guy brought out a bunch of belts and tried it. They just kept having all kinds of issues with it.
It was a Can-Am.
Standing in the delivery room as the doctor's doing the C-section, getting ready to cut my wife open and hand me a couple of babies. And he's like, so you guys have names chosen? And we're like, yeah, we haven't told anybody yet. He's like, well, it's going to happen. You're going to tell me? And we're like, well, one of them is going to be Parker and the other one's going to be Ellington. And he's like, oh, you guys must be jazz fans. You know? And I'm thinking, no, actually, I lived in Salt Lake and I really can't stand the jazz. I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking.
He's like, not that kind of jazz.
Charlie Parker and Duke Ellington. And I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. So that's, whenever anybody asks us how we came up with the names, that's the story we tell. Is we're jazz fans. You know? Minivan recommended.
No. No, the minivan truckster wouldn't have fared real well, I don't think.
Well, this is running its 4.5 rating.
Yeah. Is that what it is, rated?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a 1, 4.5.
Yeah, this is a rough. Yeah, this is a pretty rough ride.
I find it funny how many people don't know what a Lackey is.
Oh, really? Like seasoned geocachers?
thoughts and their feelings in the game. In some cases, listen to their complaints. Not much I can do about it.
Yeah.
But once again, I've explored more cool places, seen more cool things, done things I probably would have never done otherwise, you know, to earn that smiley.
Yeah. I've talked to so many people who are just like, hey, we're thinking about going out to this place. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there. They're like, what? How have you been there? When did you go there? Yeah,
you don't understand. Somebody's hid a piece of Tupperware.
Yeah.
Out there in the woods.
Yeah.
And I am compelled to go find it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I stopped at the mine and looked at it.
Yeah, that was a little side trip.
But then I've met people and talked to people where, you know, to an extent it's saved them. They've lost weight. It's helped them with bad relationships, get out of those kind of things. It's given them a social outlet.
Well, we have officially found geocache in 3 different states today. I just didn't realize that until we just crossed the border, but I'm like, yeah, we did. We were in Mesquite.
Started in Utah.
Arizona. We started in Utah. Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Travel safe. Good to see you.
Will do. Good to see you.
Talk soon.
You bet.